The FBI is issuing a warning to all Americans that has already cost over $262 million and, unfortunately, likely going to be a whole lot more. I'm going to share with you the details here in this video of the warning out of the FBI, and I also have this article right here, which I will be popping up on the screen in just a second so you can see and read for yourself exactly what they're talking about right here and the warning out of the FBI and what we need to be aware of. Now, also, those of you on Social Security, which I know a lot of you in this community are, there's also another warning coming out of the OIG, Office of the Inspector General, just for those of you on Social Security. Got a lot to talk about here in this video. Now, let's pop this up right here, right now. This is the article talking about the warning out of the FBI. Let's talk about this one, and then we will talk about the OIG warning for Social Security beneficiaries. So the FBI issued this warning that individuals are reaching out impersonating financial institutions. In other words, your bank or wherever you maybe have money, okay? So these individuals are reaching out impersonating somebody calling or reaching out to communicate with you that apparently is from your financial institution when in reality it's actually not. It's somebody else pretending to be, and they're contacting individuals through text message, emails, phone calls, things like this, right? Pretty typical. We hear about this all the time. But anyway, what they're also doing is they're setting up secondary phishing websites, okay? So in other words, a website that looks very, very similar to your financial institution's website, and they're basically calling, texting, emailing, suggesting that there's been fraudulent activity on your account and that you need to get in contact with them immediately, and they're going to redirect people to this phishing website where they're going to gather your personal data, like your login credentials, your account numbers, and everything like that, and then basically they're going to rip you off from there, okay? Now, obviously, this is not a new thing. We hear about scams like this and fraudulent situations like this all the time. But this is yet again another one, and as you heard me mention at the very beginning of this video, this, according to the article here, this has already cost Americans $262 million with over 5,100 complaints that have come in on this. It's a lot of money that they're getting. About a quarter billion dollars is how much they've already collected and that they've taken right out of people, Americans that have fallen for this. Not a good situation. We want to avoid situations like this in any way possible that we can. Okay, so again, why I'm bringing it to your attention. Now, this is just one of them. So as always, and again, I know this sounds super obvious. We talk about this, frequently enough, and we hear about this all the time. But remember, if you ever receive any type of communication, whether it be text message, a phone call, an email, something like that, a lot of the times these individuals like to use scare tactics like, you're under investigation, we're coming after you, the police are going to get you, the FBI is going to get you, we've seen fraudulent activity and we're going to do something bad to you. Please don't fall for that, right? I think we all know better than that. I think a lot of times people will fall for it because they're very scared, like, oh no, I really didn't do anything bad, please don't get me, I'm innocent, I promise, right? And that's where they get people. But again, I think we all recognize the vast majority of us are doing nothing wrong. We're just living our lives, right? So if you're not pulling something shady and all is good with you, you're probably totally fine. There's nothing going on there, right? Now, as I always like to recommend to people as well, is that rather than on a phone call, a text message, an email, if you receive something like this and you're feeling kind of scared, the best thing that I would do, contact your bank directly, like the phone number that you know that connects you with your exact local bank or whoever it happens to be, and be like, I got this phone call, I got this text message, I got this email. Is this legit? Do you really see anything on my account? Am I in good standing, or what do you see here, right? And again, I know this sounds super basic, like we should all know this, but apparently not, because they've already collected $262 million from, unfortunately, a few thousand people that have fallen for this one scam alone, and more, unfortunately, will probably continue to fall for this, okay? Now, let's quickly talk about the warning out of the OIG, the Office of the Inspector General, for those of you on Social Security. And again, these Social Security scams and fraud comes up often enough as well. Reason being for this is that, well, obviously, Social Security is a nice, consistent source of income, which a lot of seniors, about 75 million people, rely on. And again, I talk about Social Security virtually every single day right here on the channel. But one of the situations is that it's a nice, consistent source of income every single month. So unfortunately, these individuals are also trying to intercept monthly benefit checks for Social Security beneficiaries by basically coming in and getting account details and login credentials, things like that, for Social Security beneficiaries to intercept their monthly benefit checks, to reroute them into new bank accounts where they can basically take advantage of that. Okay, now the warning out of the OIG. Now, to be fair with you, this one came out about maybe a month and a half or so ago, give or take a little bit. I think I did talk about it in a separate video or a live stream when it came out at that time. But basically, OIG is suggesting that this new scam that is out there is that they are sending out physical letters, like physical paper letters in the mail, where people are opening these letters and they're basically trying to fish for information, personal details again, okay? Now, by the way, I think a lot of you know this, but I'm just gonna throw it out there really quickly because sometimes, it's a little confusing. When I say fish, I'm not talking about F-I-S-H, I'm talking about P-H-I-S-H-I-N-G, phishing. In other words, what it's doing is they're trying to get you to fall for something, as in go to a fake website, a text message, a phone call, something like this, redirect you somewhere that looks legit, but it's really not, and trying to get you to type in or give your credentials, as in your login information, passwords, accounts numbers, routing numbers, all of this sensitive personal details, like your Social Security number. Never give that to anybody, by the way. But anyway, trying to gather this data, and then they're going to use it against you at some point to basically gather and just basically take your money in some way, shape, or form. This is happening often enough, and unfortunately, they continue to succeed with this, and Americans lose billions of dollars per year. It is a sad situation, especially during a time like this when nobody has any extra money. To see somebody like this coming in and fraudulently taking money from, the average person out there, as well as seniors and people with disabilities, retirees, people on Social Security. What a sad situation. But again, this is the reality. This is the new situation that we are living in. And unfortunately as well, the implementation of AI and the realistic approach that AI really has, how realistic AI actually is right now, unfortunately, they're using AI to, make it sound like somebody's actually calling when really it's not even a human, it's just AI. And they're using that as well to, again, trick people to give all this information. So, long story short here, and again, I think you all recognize this, but again, when I come across articles like this and I see stuff like this, I feel like it is my duty to make you a short video like this and share this information with you so you can be very aware of what is happening. But I think we all know this, but sometimes, maybe not everybody knows this. Don't ever give your personal information to anybody who is calling, texting, or emailing you or reaching out in any way, shape, or form. A better approach would be, if you ever get any kind of communication acting like, we're Social Security and we're going to, do something, but we're going to cancel your check. The best thing to do in this situation, call Social Security directly and say, hey, I got this communication. Is this legit? Are my benefits good? And again, I know it can be a very scary situation, okay? But anyway, best practices, always call Social Security immediately if you're one of these beneficiaries. Otherwise, if you get any type of these communications like we talked about here in this article as well, if you get any kind of communication acting like it's from your financial institution, your bank, whoever you have money held with or anything like that, even like a credit card company, something like that, if they, some kind of communication comes through and they try to reach out and ask you to give your credentials, again, call them. Not the number that they give you in the communication, but rather call the trusted number that you probably already know or that you have. Maybe on the back of your credit card, on the back of your debit card, on a bank statement, something like that. That's going to be more legit, not the communication that is sent to you, because that's going to be a fake number too, directing you to one of their homies in the back room, somebody like that picking up the phone, pretending to be Bob from the local bank or something like that. No, it's not going to be, right? It's going to be some schmuck, living in his mom's basement trying to get some money out of you, okay? Just please be very, very aware of this. And again, I know that a lot of you know this, but I'm trying to help you out here. And again, when I see details like this in articles that come across and warnings out of the FBI, I feel like it is my duty to make you a video just to make sure that everybody here is being protected as much as possible, okay? And who knows, if this helps even just one person avoid a situation, this is honestly totally worth my time to make this video. Anyway, I'm here to help you in any way that I can. Thank you so much for watching this. Please feel free to share this video. Otherwise, check out the other thousands of videos here on the channel, on the video library. Thousands, like 6,000 plus videos. Otherwise, make sure to subscribe. 100% free. Big subscribe button down below. Please share the video. Big share button right down below as well. Otherwise, like I said, check out the other videos here on the channel. Until next time, have a nice day. Take care. Have a good one. And I'll see you again later in the next video. I'll see you soon.